Good evening. That throat chakra, speaking your truth, huh? This is Cheryl at Sea Spirit Tarot. Though this is a little bit more of my Sea Spirit self-healing type. But I've been just working around my house today. I am so grateful. I am having just the most beautiful holidays that I have had mentally, psychologically, frequency-wise in forever. And I am so grateful. So this morning I pulled two cards because, you know, it was kind of solstice morn. And the first one that came up, and this is funny, Ancient Wisdom. See, I turned that lamp on again. Oh, you'll see why. It'll be okay. I haven't had these cards out for a while, but Ancient Wisdom, and I thought, and I kind of stuck it back in there, you know how you do that. And then it came out again as the second card, Ancient Wisdom. And I was a nurse for 30-something years, but before I was a nurse, I studied herbs, and I have never stopped studying all of that stuff, the frequency. And the second card that came out was Feminine Energy. So since I had that monkey mind crazy sword man in my Crowley reading yesterday, those cards, boy, they get heavy for me. I didn't do one today. Sometimes I need to come on for air. And the Hierophant, who is a teacher, and I don't know which, and the Queen of Swords, and I don't know which way my channel is going. I'm doing my channel volunteer to pay back energy, to pay back. My higher self's making me do it. Anyway, receptive feminine energy. Sorry, I got loaded with that. So I decided to come on and show you. Now I'm an old hippie. I'm a bit of a recycler, a bit of a minimalist. I don't have graphic programs or know how to use them, or, you know, I just am. I am that I am. So I made dog shampoo. This is my grand dog. She's a honey pit bull. She's the precious princess. And I just wrote that. And then, and I printed that off, right? So, you know, this is adaptability. The laminate across here to hold it on this recycled bottle is a Tegaderm, which is one of those dressings you see they put on your skin, and then they peel the edge around and you've got like a patch of saran wrap that just sticks there. So anyway, there's one of those laying around. So this is part of my Christmas gift, but don't tell her because she'll be really not happy and she'll go get all pouty and act stupid. So I better throw a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not here to diagnose or prescribe. That being said, here's how to make this shampoo. It calls for, my book is so old that moving it around for things. And then I keep reading the cartilage thing. It calls, well, I'll just say what I did. I took a plain measuring cup because it called for 12 ounces. 12 ounces of water. And I couldn't find anything but 10 and 16 ounce empty containers that I had. So I put in 12 ounces and I used my distilled water. I distill my own water. Spring water is not available to me here. So distilled water has an opposite polarity. So it's like soap that changes the polarity of the greasy part of the stuff and slides it out. And so it pulls minerals unwanted out of your body and such. So I use distilled water. I distill my own water. That's what I use. So I'll put that in there. And then I'm a klutz. So then I poured this into here. So I wouldn't be trying to mix everything in here because you lose so much anyway in the glass. And then I added 1 tablespoon of Dr. Bronner's Unscented baby shampoo. And then I added 1 tablespoon of Young Living Thieves oil. And as I'm sure all of y'all are familiar with, because we're kind of in those same tribes, This is what the thieves wore when they robbed during the plague, or dug up the bodies. You know, they wore those masks with those long noses that you see those and think that they're more Mardi Gras. And actually, they were all spiciers, and they knew what herbs, what oils to put, and herbs to put up in that mask, so they could rob the rotting bodies. And in those days, the story is they got a lighter sentence, but of course, those days were days of torture anyway, because the judicial branch wanted to know how they did that without being infected. So this is a cleaner. This that takes, like, you know, one cap makes a couple gallons cleaning, and if you use this in your house to clean with, you can lick it, which I know sounds really gross, but those with children and pets, you know, that could actually happen. Meanwhile, however you say it, the vapors coming up are anti-parasitic, antiviral, antibacterial, all the above. So they're good for you because you inhale them in through your immune system. And then I put, I'm on that wrong recipe again, 6 drops of tea tree oil. Tea tree oil. And I'm going to sit this down for a minute. And like I said, my poor old book is just so, it's so old. This is the book. This is the book. I have a couple copies, but this is the small one. Melaleuca alternifolia. Now, this is the oil that when they went across the American West, you know, the snake oil. And it's because they brought it out of Australia. They brought it specifically for snake bites. And it's actually a myrtle oil. And it's antimicrobial, antiseptic. I know this, but I need to read it so I don't leave any. Antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antiparasitic, anti-inflammatory. So this is good for your skin. It's also good for water retention, skin conditions, acne, and sores. So I put the recipe in the bottom. Ooh, I've never gotten to do that before. In the bottom. And then I added 4 drops of cedarwood. This oil in lavender, I put in a diffuser, and the diffuser in my bed, the top of my bed, you know, has a board across it, but my head, and my diffuser just rains down the cedarwood and lavender, and sometimes you can have some auspiciously cool dreams with this stuff. This is also an oil that is good for memory. So, and I'll tell you about cedarwood real quick. Cedarwood's real good for alopecia, which is your hair falling out. Okay, this is going to be just these are all steam distilled. These oils, I only use Therapeutic Grade Essential Oils. Did I say that? I wrote it. You know, these can be digested in the French School of Aromatherapy. But know what you're getting, because if you're buying cheap oils where you can't measure the range of the healing medicinal constituents in them or proof of their purity, don't put them on your skin and don't consume them. And there's a couple other companies, though Young Living's been the one that began it all, like 25 years ago. So cedarwood, hair loss, ADHD, this is one of the big ADHD oils, skin problems. So I put all those ingredients together and made a shampoo for my grand dog. And I might start, I don't know which direction my channel's going to go, because like I'm doing it for my own self-realization. But I might throw some of these in. So anyway, if you listen to this, thank you very much for participating. Happy holidays. Love is the answer.